Well, hello everybody, and welcome to
Two Mic Minimum.
the second episode.
Episode 2, hosted by two Westchester woke boys, baby.
At the Westchester Woke Boys.
Goddamn right, we should have gotten that title.
Yep.
Because my name is Sean Barry, and you are?
Peter Clark Deutsch, parentheses, Westchester Woke Boy.
Westchester woke boy, Westchester bozos. These people, if you're listening to this, episode 2, we're into it. We have fucking beef.
Oh, we fucking offended someone.
We triggered somebody. He was so
Yes.
fucking triggered by our last episode.
We triggered a precious little snowflake.
I mean, it really is sad to see. Because up until that point, I really thought he was a great guy. But then seeing how offended he took our podcast was just so shocking.
Yeah, you know, you could hear just like the tension in his voice, like he was about to break down and cry.
Because he acts so tough all the time. He throws out jokes and he goes... But the minute someone steps on his toes, it's just a lot of... We have to call him a whambulance, you know? Just wham, 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 wham. Now, that comedian in question who got triggered super hard by us woke boys, his name's Dave Namery.
Dave Namery.
Dave Namery.
Who the fuck is named that?
He's a dirty Jersey. He wishes he was dirty Jersey. He comes from crystal clean Jersey. That's what he is. Yeah. He's a pretender. He pretends all these things about him. He puts on this whole persona. That's what he does. He wears sweatpants to every open mic, but underneath it, he's wearing straight up regular pants. Yeah, I've seen him pull it down a little bit. It's all an act.
Yeah, he's wearing a pressed button down underneath that baggy sweatshirt he has on.
Exactly.
You know,
he's always well kept and clean.
Wearing dress shoes underneath his sneakers.
Fake beard.
Yeah.
It really is. It's sad to see. It really is. And here's the thing. I'm not a big beef guy myself. I'm really not. So we're here for you, Dave. We are here. We are your friends.
Yes.
We're here to help you, man. We want to make for the best of you. We want to enlighten you. We want to wake you up a little bit and make you more woke, man. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Wake up. So he has his podcast called
Storytime with Dave Namery.
I think it's only Storytime with Dave.
Storytime with Dave.
It's Storytime with Dave.
His name is Dave Namery.
It's Storytime with Dave. Honestly, when I listened to the episode where he talked shit about our podcast, and I was thinking, story time with Dave. More like boring time with Dave.
Oof.
Yeah.
Zinged.
Yeah.
Zinged him. I've been listening to his podcast for a while, and I liked that. I thought those were great stories, real interesting. And now I realize they're all fictitious because how triggered he easily gets, man. Yeah. Like he showed his true self yesterday after one episode of ours.
Yes.
Like I'm scared for him. I really am.
One episode after one little comment.
People, go right now, subscribe to Storytime with Dave.
Yes.
Give it 5 stars, and then add a comment. Just nothing but cryy face, cryy face, cryy face.
Yeah.
Because that's what wah. Make sure the 5 stars and comment of that though. That's the most important part. And listen to what he said if you haven't heard already.
Listen to his great audio quality.
His amazing audio quality. No, it really is. He comes at us, right? Let's give people a little more context.
Yes.
So on Friday night, I come home from a long day. I had work. I did some stand-up in the city because I get booked there regularly, Dave. That's right. And then I get home. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I just watched the game. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, let me go to bed. I put on a little Netflix, and then I get a message in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. Now, I've been getting messages all freaking day from so many of our fans. Like, literally just nothing but DMs. Like, just saying how funny the podcast is and how good we are.
So many unsolicited dick pics, which I'm flattered by.
Exactly. We accept that. That's what
But I'm woke, so, guys, you got to stop that.
Yes, and ladies have been offering to suck our dicks, but as obviously Westchester woke boys, we're not going to accept that because that would be us instilling our power as podcasts over them, and that's just not okay.
Look, we got to get to know you. Ask either Sean or I on a date, and
then we'll go out a few times.
Date 5, maybe something will happen.
Maybe a little kiss after the date 5,
but you can only choose one of us. We're not going to double team you because we're not disgusting people.
That's not unless, of course, that's your kink fetish. In which case, we'll go through proper consent channels and we'll set up a nice time and date for that. But it's a lot of effort into this.
Yes. Anyway,
so yes, Dave messages me. That's a really funny joke. And I thought it was I forget all my jokes because I tell so many that are so funny. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, thanks, man. I'm ready to go to bed. And then he messages me again. And he's like, whoa, what's going on with it? Shots at Olives. And I'm like, shots at Olives? And then I'm reading through it. And I'm like, oh, yes, that's right. We did mention Olives. Every Monday night in Olives in Nyack, New York, Dave Namery hosts an open mic there.
Yeah. And he gets paid $40 because, he just takes advantage of capitalism wherever he can.
Exactly. He's got to make that sweet, sweet cash.
Yeah, while us comics are making zilch.
Exactly.
Working twice as hard as he does.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to just see that, man. He decides to give me a full live commentary track by track. And I at first I appreciate it. A little light ribbing amongst gentlemen is always appreciated.
Of course.
But then he truly takes offense to this. He gets so triggered by Olives.
Oh, my God.
He calls Olives his baby. That's his son. That's his child.
Oh, I feel so bad for you.
I do. Because, Dave, if Olives is your son, man, I think you're sterile. I think you got to get your bad boys checked out down there.
He loves his baby, and he mentioned how homeless people always interrupt shows or interrupt comics.
Oh, yeah, they brandish box cutters while people are hosting.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Fights break out during the pool time, but that's okay.
Dave, I just think you're a bad father.
Yeah, I mean...
all that's happening, and you can't take control of your mic, give it up to someone else.
Well, that's the funny part, is he loves it so much, but do you know how many times other people have had to step in and host for him?
Oh.
I had to do it last week.
Really?
He came to me. He held my hand for a little bit. He's like, listen, Sean.
You had to be a stepfather for a day?
I needed to step up, and I happily did it for him. I did it. I didn't enjoy the moment myself, but I that's what friends do for each other.
Right.
But then he gets triggered by the pod 2 days later, and here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Because I insulted Olives.
You did insult him. You did. You did throw the first punch.
It was me who started this. I will admit it was me who started this.
But guess what? We're ending it together because now we're a unified force.
Yes, and he did not like my flowery language that I used.
We guffawed. We
guffawed.
We guffawed.
He was offended by the word guffawed.
Exactly. Because guess what? We're gonna get you a thesaurus for your birthday this year, Dave. That's what we're gonna do for you.
Because I like to express myself in nuanced ways.
Exactly. We're educated. We're college-educated woke boys.
College-educated
woke
enlightened boys. Yes.
Westchester.
I penciled in woke on my math degree.
Exactly. I understand in Jersey the standards of education are a little lower than New York. I understand that. The world is changing constantly. I understand that because I'm woke.
Yes.
And that's what the problem we're facing here is that we need to make sure everyone else knows more. Right. That's why we are host to Mike Minimum every week.
Yeah.
And for the foreseeable future. We actually had to cancel one of our podcasts to make this an emergency podcast to make sure everybody heard this as quickly as possible.
Exactly. This is the third episode we've recorded.
Third episode recorded, but second one that's coming out.
But
because when we have beef, man, we squash it.
No, we got to squash it, and we got to wake these people up.
Exactly.
And
now, for a minute I thought let's let the beef go, and then Dave made quite frankly, he's a sizist. He made a shot at my weight on Instagrams. Ouch. And I didn't get triggered. I didn't.
No.
I understood that it was come from a place of anger. Mm-hmm. So I calmly and just let it go. Yeah. And I figure we'll settle this on the pod. That's how these things work.
Yes. We'll settle it as non-confrontationally as possible. Because, throwing fists is not our way.
It really isn't. We use our words as civilized gentlemen.
And you know what? I got a little offended because Dave Namery accused us of trying to be woke to get laid.
Yes. And if you listen to the podcast, I clearly state my 2 goals from comedy.
Yes. I
am very open and honest about it. My 2 goals from comedy, everybody, say it with me. Number 1, to get laid from comedy. Mm-hmm. And number 2, to kill myself.
We're getting that on a shirt real soon.
Exactly. That's how woke I am. I let people know. I've seen the world and the parameters I live in, and I'm choosing to leave it one day off this mortal coil on my terms. And now that anybody else should kill themselves, but it's just the way the world works. That's how woke I am. It's a multi-fifth dimensional level of wokeness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't get to the dimensional astral plane of wokeness that we are. But it bothers me that people like Dave like to accuse people who are woke to they like to say you guys are just being woke to get laid.
Yeah,
which is true.
Yeah. Yeah. But here's the thing. Dave accuses us. It's virtue signaling is the term people use.
Virtue signaling is what I was going to go at.
That's what we were going towards.
That's what I was going to go towards.
Here's the accusation.
But the thing is, it's not wrong because we're trying to better society. We're trying to progress society.
And if we happen to get laid by doing so,
everyone wins.
Everyone wins. Dave, I understand you are suffering from toxic masculinity right now. Mm-hmm. It's bad, Peter and I, we'd like to pure you of those toxins.
Yes.
Anytime now. Now, again, guys, if you need more examples of his toxic masculinity, subscribe to his podcast. Give it 5 stars.
Yes.
Storytime with Dave. And you can listen to
And share it on Facebook and Twitter.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Instagram.
You can get to make sure other people learn about his toxicity.
Yes.
That's what you need to know, because he's had, oh my God, just looking at how many podcasts he's put out full of it, right? He's just each one's about 20 to 25 minutes long.
And he does them all alone.
And guess what? They're very funny. They're really funny stories. My personal favorite, he has an entire saga known as the Yakuza Chronicles, where he took it to Venmo, which I thought was hilarious at the time. But you know what? In hindsight, I realize now it's not funny. Do you know people every year are killed by the Yakuza?
Too many.
Too many. And
Too many.
Dave, quite frankly, that's not funny, man.
Too many non-white people, too.
Too many people of color are killed by the Yakuza, and you thought it was funny to put it on Venmo that you were supporting the Yakuza, which is just so problematic, bud. We're the problematic police right here, and we're giving you a citizen's arrest.
Honestly, Dave, if you want us to pray the problematic away, we'll do it.
We will.
But
we are here for you.
You just got to ask us, man. And next episode of the podcast, we will
happily wait
prayer.
for more responses. But one more thing you brought up. You brought up Bill Cannon.
Yes.
Now,
yes,
people, that was a loving jab we threw at him in the last episode, because quite frankly, Bill Cannon, he's our podcast daddy. Like, he dominates us all.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Bill Cannon inadvertently birthed both your podcast and this podcast.
Yes, the Big Barry podcast.
Yes.
The 2 mic minimum, and to even a lesser extent, I'd say Storytime with Dave. I know you put it out earlier, Dave, but Bill really, he cucked all of us by doing such a better job.
Yeah.
I've produced episodes of his podcast. Me and Bill, we're a dynamic duo. He's Batman and I'm Alfred. I'm not even his Robin. I'm his Alfred. That's what he goes for us for support. So you make up fake news. You're throwing things out there, and it's sad. It's sad.
It really is.
It really is. You know, man, we're gonna extend you an even bigger olive branch, because all of our listeners, which we have dozens of at this point, dozens and dozens, and it continues to grow, and we keep getting DMs about it. Guys, we told you to like and subscribe to his podcast, Storytime with Dave. Well, let's do it even one fucking better. When we put out this episode, night of Suffer New York, Bumping Mics, hosted by Dave Namery.
Oh, yeah.
He has a live show. He's producing this. Now, Dave is an excellent comedian. Excellent. Who gets triggered too easily, as we all know.
Yes.
But he did something actually more impressive, because he got an even funnier lineup for his show. All right, let's have a quick roundabout of names.
Yeah, definitely.
Most of these people are pretty woke, actually.
Yeah.
Which I like. I like the wokeness. Andrew Steiner, very woke. Love that guy. Good friend of this podcast. Friend of the Big Barry podcast. Jesse Montanez, hysterical. Person of color. Even better, Dave. So proud of you. Eric Full, one of the most handsome men alive. And hilarious.
I like that name, Eric Full.
Eric Full.
Sounds very woke.
He is. He's also a woke man. John Scelzo, a hilarious upstate comedian. Renee Stanko, a woman, Dave. You accused us of using comedy for women. Renee Stanko, you gave her a spot on the show, man.
Yeah.
How woke is that? See, you have moments of wokeness, man.
Look, you're just trying to hide it. You don't have to suppress it.
Yes.
You really don't.
It truly is, man. We know who you are on your inside. And we're proud of you for that. We just want you to show it more.
Yeah.
That's who it is. And most importantly, your headliner is Monty Mason. And quite frankly, I'm just impressed, because he's truly one of the best comedians alive. Like, right? He's just, no one's ever seen Monty Mason before and not laughed their ass off. So our listeners, go to his show. It's only $10. Rhino Comedy and Suffering. And you know what? And here's how you know you were sent by us to Dave's show. You're gonna guffaw at every single joke.
Oh.
Every single just go.
Yes.
That's a guffaw right there. All right, this is our beef. And you know what, Dave? You spent the whole 35 minutes on it. We're not going to give you that much longer.
No.
Because, we made our point.
No. Yes. We have other things to get to. More important news to get to.
If you want to throw out more shades at us, fine. But this will go back and forth for a while until, quite frankly, it's a 2-on-1 scenario.
That's true. You're getting double teamed.
Peter and I, we might have to go to Olives next week and really just display our dominance. I'm
going to have to go back to Olives and see how you raised that child of yours.
Exactly. At a certain point, we're going to have to get child services involved.
We really are, because I've been there, and does not look like anyone's taking care of them that well.
You could definitely use a nice wash.
I really can. It could use a nice suburban home, I think.
All right, so in summation, Dave, we love you. We really do. And we have a beef here, and I think we just squashed it right here and right now.
Yes.
You get a little more woke, man. A little less triggered, a little more woke, And we'll even have you on 2 mic minimum.
We
sometime.
will.
We will. We'll when you are awakened.
Yes.
We will have you on the show.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what we'd like to have you guys. One more time. Story time with Dave Namery and bumping mics at Rhino Comedy. Go there and demonstrate the power of wokeness to Dave.
Mm-hmm. Guffaw the wokeness.
Guffaw him. Guffaw him good. All right. End our beef segment here. And this is back to regular scheduled 2 mic
back
minimum.
to your regular scheduled programming. So yeah, this is the 3rd episode we're recording. Because we had our 2nd episode recorded and I was about to put it up, but we had to get through this beef first.
We did. So that episode will come out when we figure it out.
Thursday.
Definitely
come out.
We're gonna put out 2 at one time.
I don't.
We'll talk about it off air.
We'll talk about it off air, but I think we're gonna do a publishing schedule every Thursday. So every Thursday.
Well, how about let's do a little catch up on just us because this beef is dominated. We hung out this weekend. We had a good time.
Yeah, we hung out at our friend's birthday.
It was a fun birthday
with,
party.
Other comedians, but also his normal friends.
Yes, his normal friends who are like, oh, fuck these guys.
I show up, first thing Sean says to me is, the mic starts in 15. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Like, the part is about you were like, hey, that's a little true, though. like...
I don't
know. I had a show on Sunday in front of I opened for Chris Frangiulo at Lucy's Laugh Lounge.
Nice.
Yes, I know. It was a little surprise.
Yeah, because you were originally working, you got some time.
I was working, and then I did a nice 8 minutes.
That's cool.
I was very hungover for it. I had a day-long hangover from that party.
And how did you do?
Average, I'd say. Like it was like made some fat jokes, did some crowd work, walked off.
That's cool.
That's about it.
Yeah, Sean and I every now and then at the club we're near, we will run the door. And if we're lucky, we'll sometimes get thrown a bone either by the owner or any of the comics who just want another comedian. So
pretty much,
it's
yeah.
it's a
sweet gig.
It is a sweet gig.
It's the closest we'll get to getting paid to do stand up.
Yeah, that's how I got to open for Fred Rubino twice.
Yes, that's how I opened for Gino Biscotti.
Yeah, that's cool. I opened for the most Italian comedian probably in existence.
He does have a shirt that says "Get the food out here," which is just
It's not. It's get the fuck out of here.
Well, no. Because his cooking show is "Get the food out here."
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, that's a little promotion for Fred Rubino too.
The first time I ever opened for him, I bombed. Second time I did all right.
Yeah, all right. The second.
Second time I did all right. So that was my. You definitely perform for all sorts of different kinds of crowds when you get to run the door for different kinds of shows.
That's the fun part,
Yeah, it really is.
Get to test out the material, see who it works best for.
Yeah.
Turns out it mainly works best for white kids in their 20s.
Yeah, for us. Yeah. If you're a woke white kid in your 20s, follow me on Twitter.
You and I are the number 1 and number 2 Westchester woke boys.
Yeah.
We're gonna get shirts of that,
dude. I'm very, very much considering changing my Instagram handle to that.
Right, I love
Westchester woke boy.
Westchester woke boy. Dave Namery, you opened up a whole new level of.
Yeah, you gave us the sickest name ever.
Right, I wear that as a badge of honor right now.
Yeah, honestly, I just think it's a good online tag, and it'll be very funny when people tag me on Instagram stories, just like Paul Zev. Westchester woke boy.
Westchester woke boy.
So yeah, I didn't do comedy this week though because I missed the Monday mic.
Yeah, Monday was actually really good. Yeah, just like we had a good crowd, good room, like good energy, just real solid Monday.
Ah, fuck yeah! I'm sad I missed it.
Does correlation equal causation there? Because you're not there, the mic was good. Was the joke I was making. No, that's on me. I could have. I'm on my phone slightly here too, because I was going to bring up an article. I was going to surprise you, give you a surprise.
Fuck yeah, surprise me.
Well, no, I'm going to get to it later.
Okay,
we're going to go through the regular ones you brought up, but like.
Okay, well, we can get through one, and then you can go through that one. But anyway, so the article I found today, this is really cool to me because, like, I think this is a form of putting on shows that I think is one of the best ways to do stand-up. So wow, I feel like I'm on a shitty date right now.
No, I'm paying attention. I'm listening.
Like looking at my co-host. My co-host is going through her phone.
We talked about this ahead of time. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find.
I get it.
We're
doing an article.
Yes. We're reading it. We're making jokes. All right.
Anyway, so Sean's done with his Tinder.
I'm not. Yes. I lost the love of my life on Tinder this weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Guys,
that's right.
Let's just make it a little more. I'm a Tinderer.
Mm-hmm.
I am looking for love. I'll admit it. I'm tired of this single life.
You had a beautiful girl and also
woman.
Sounded very entertaining.
We had a great banter. It's one of those we just bantered back and forth for like an hour, and I don't know how it was just going great. And I literally was like the next text, I was gonna ask her on a date.
Yeah,
that's what it was. One of those, but she never sent the next text, and it has devastated me to my core. I'm shook. I'm very shook right now.
And you never sent another one?
Well, I'm not gonna double text. I'll seem desperate.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, I've never used Tinder, so I don't really know the ins and outs of like how to use it. So like I don't know.
I mean, it's the same as regular dating. You just like you don't want to. You have to. It's a lot of metagaming, you know.
Yeah, and it's bullshit. I don't know. I don't.
I'll get you on Tinder. You've been single what now? Like 5 months?
No, actually, like 3 months. Wow, dude, not even 3 months.
Time disappears real quickly for me.
Yeah. So
honestly, if you told me we met yesterday, I'd believe it. Mm-hmm. Like that's just like my brain is.
Honestly, I mean, we're actually probably gonna make a 2 mic minimum Tinder.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. Like the first podcast Tinder.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
No, somebody else has definitely already done that.
But I think it's kind of fun. Like for all the joke accounts I've seen on people's Tinder, like I've never seen a podcast Tinder, so it might be kind of fun.
It'd be fun. Mm-hmm. All right, well,
and maybe we'll get laid from it. But
goddamn right, we're gonna get laid from it.
But we're woke. But we're woke boys, so
we are woke boys.
So take us on a few dates and we'll talk.
Yeah, baby. All right.
Anyway, first article.
Hold on, let me do my music.
Yeah, do your music.
It's the article.
Don't Tell Comedy is secretly making an impact in the comedy game. So
shit.
So Don't Tell Comedy is a Los Angeles-based company that brings stand-up shows to obscure and random locations in more than 30 cities around the country. Started in the most punk rock fashion possible with a DIY backyard stand-up show. Since its inception in March 2017, comedian and founder Kyle Kazanjian-Amory, or KA as he presents it, has worked
a little unwoke of people for not being willing to learn how to pronounce his last name.
No, I learned how to pronounce his last name.
I'm saying he has to say KA.
Oh, okay.
Because other people are unwoke. Yeah, we are finally woke.
Oh yeah, definitely. So he's worked alongside business partner Alex Weber to turn an economically sound response to the 2-drink minimum of many comedy clubs into a rapidly spreading phenomenon.
Yes. So basically, underground house shows for music, they did that for comedy.
Yeah.
That's more or less the gimmick.
Yeah, he said he was well, I don't like to use the word gimmick. I think
it's a gimmick.
But this is good.
No, yeah, gimmicks can be good.
Yeah, gimmicks imply, but yeah, gimmicks is almost.
The Warriors taking a bunch of 3-pointers is a gimmick. It fucking works.
Yeah, well, I guess how you frame the word. I mean, like, look, I know my flowery language.
Yes, you know your flowery language.
I would say gimmick implies a negative connotation, but
I guess, but I don't know. I don't think it's that bad.
So he was inspired by the backyard music shows he'd see in LA, and he thought, like, well, it would be cool to do this with stand-up comedians who would invite their friends. Mm-hmm. This is what I did at my school my senior year at Binghamton. Is every month we'd put on a house show where we'd go to a new person's house and set up a lineup, and like everyone would invite their friends, and we'd market it as a party, and they were so much fun because you just get like a room packed with people who'd want to drink, and
people want to get drunk and listen to some jokes. Like that,
you can just entertain them.
That's the ideal scenario.
So they're really fun shows, and he essentially started in backyards, in living rooms, and eventually more and more people than just like the friends of the performers would show up. And then he wanted to move this show to like another city, so he went up to San Francisco to like do this show where he'd crash on people's couches and ask people he knew where to put on a show, and they put on shows in multiple venues, and then it got really big there, bigger than LA, he said. And then he moved up to Portland, to Seattle.
Yeah, he did the Western Seaboard.
Yeah,
of all the major cities. And guess what? People like having comedy shows, man. Like people actually really like, even those very woke cities. love comedy. They love it. It's good. It creates a good environment inherently. He's like, all right, this is DIY. We're having fun. We're being chill.
Yeah.
We're being real chill, dude. Plus, like, if you just buy a 30 rack of beer and sell each for $1, each beer for $1, you're making money.
Or you could just buy a 30 rack for $20.
Well, no, that's what I mean. It's like you're basically creating your own new venue. You buy a couple 30 racks for $20 each. Sell each beer for $1.
Right.
You're making profit, which can go into the next show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bang.
I
you,
think,
government.
I think most of his shows are BYOB though, but but
dude, you gotta be a capitalist.
Yeah.
Although we're woke, we are socialists.
We don't.
We believe in socialized capitalism.
Socialized.
So I want companies to make as much money as possible, but then we tax it.
So it comes to us.
So it comes back to us.
Right.
That's where we're at.
Right. That's woke.
That's unbelievably woke. Eventually, here we go. After busting it up out west, K.A. made his way to the East Coast, returning home to the Boston area. Thanks to the comedy community that he's a part of, K.A. was able to find another successful spot for the DTC.
Don't Tell Comedy.
Don't Tell Comedy.
Which the tag to that is, I believe, like comedy's worst kept secret.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of clever because like it's supposed to be secret, but it's not because they do promotion for this show like online, but the fact that makes it appealing is that you don't know where it's coming, like you don't know where it's going to be. So like you could just be like walking by and there's a comedy show somewhere.
Yeah.
Like in this market right here, like oh wow, so that's what I think is cool about it. But I think what I like about the idea of like bringing comedy outside of clubs is that like it's more accessible. It's less predatory, I'd say.
Well, yeah,
depending on the club.
The club's main desire, not from a comedy show, is to have a good comedy show. It's to make money.
Yes.
Like that's just a fact. So like when you just like, hey, I'm just putting on a comedy show, people are like, let's just go see a fucking comedy show, and plus it's for free. Like you just show up, you don't have to drink, you don't have to buy anything. There's no refreshments or anything, but like you're just gonna hear some people tell some funny jokes.
Yeah. I think there are ticket prices for these shows, but I don't think they're that expensive.
Yeah,
because it's a business. But,
that's the thing is like that's the thing every comedian faces is like, how do I make money off this? Because like it's so hard to get booked. It's so hard to find venues that if you are producing a regular show to find. All right, you got a venue, you got to split the money with the owner of the venue. You got to pay the comedians that come on, and then you got to figure out a way to people to come out so everybody breaks even. But as opposed to just basically doing it indirectly, like you're making some money, like maybe not the maximum amount of money you can make, but like you get to skirt the system.
Yeah, it's very simple to like make these shows. He goes into it like if you have the space and you have the PA equipment and you can like really like clear a room to like put chairs to make an audience, like you have a show right there.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could buy a decent microphone and speaker for about $100.
Yeah.
Which, like, again, that's all you need. Like, just and then find a place to call it your stage.
Right. So he returned to Boston and he wanted to do a little festival, Don't Tell Comedy Festival. One thing he says I think is very notable about like the comedy community in general that I don't think people know is that the comedy community is a small community when you're in it. If you know comics in whatever city, they'll know comics in another city, whether it's because they do festivals or because they're coming through LA and doing shows for a week. It's a small community and you get to know people really quickly. So for him, it was obviously very easy to like get a show together because he has so many contacts in so many cities. So if he was able to put a show up in, Oklahoma City or wherever, he'd probably know like 5 people who could do those shows.
He can get people into the scene.
So
which is cool. Obviously this guy's been doing it a while and he's be able to spread his wings.
Yeah.
Which is fucking awesome. See, I wish we could do that for us though. Like I really wish like we could just take this concept and just be like, hey, we'll have it in my backyard. And if we can get 30 people to come out, we're good.
It's not that hard, though.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, we did it at our school for a lot of shows. I mean,
That's true.
All you need for, like, us, like, people our age is to market this as a party.
Yes, exactly, I guess.
And that's how you get people to come out and also just say, like, oh, by the way, there's a comedy show, and people are going to,
Yeah, personally... Well, I don't have any friends anymore.
Well, that's also an issue.
That's another issue because all my friends are now comedians and they moved far away from me. So it's harder to. But I don't know. Like I feel like could we do this? Could we just just find someone's backyard? We could do it in your parents' backyard.
We could. I mean, the only trouble with outdoor shows is that like sound travels they don't have
they go
walls
the
to bounce
distance
off of. So
could you imagine how embarrassing it'd be if the cops showed up? And hey, you kids been drinking? No, we've been doing an open mic.
You gotta turn down the dick jokes.
All right, your neighbors don't like it. All right,
they don't want to hear about your Tinder dates.
Yeah. Well, we gotta get you some Tinder dates.
Well, we don't want to come back here, okay?
Yes.
I think for an outdoor show you need like a really, really good PA system, and like we could, I mean, honestly, like with the amount of house shows we did at my school, I mean, I definitely took the lead in trying to like find a room in the house and like organize the room in a way that's conducive for comedy. Actually, I remember when I was setting up a room once, one of my comedy friends was making fun of me because I wanted to turn off like the lights above because they were like really bright fluorescent lights, like white light.
Yeah.
And they were like, had this like hissing sound. And I'm like, this is just like, no one wants to watch comedy in the like, you ever been in like a room that's just like so bright? Like,
yes.
Like, no.
It has to be in a dungeon. Yep. That was the problem with the show I did Sunday, is that the light still could come through the room because it was like 6:30 when we, 6:37. Like,
yeah.
It was 6:37 exactly. And so like the sun creeps in and it's like, it's hard to get into like edgier stuff because like the fucking sun's out, man. Like,
too early for risque material.
Yeah, sun's out, guns
which
out.
Which is what Sean said at the last show we did together.
Yeah,
which was at like 6:30.
That was, I think it was even earlier actually. I think it was like 6, and I'm like,
yeah,
it's hard to make fun of fraternities date raping women because I'm woke. I'm woke.
Yes.
Like it'd be like in front of like an 8-year-old who came to a day show.
Yeah, 12-year-old who I asked him his porn preferences, and he almost answered me.
He's like,
in front of his parents.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, because the kid's woke. He understands if he expresses his sexuality early to his parents, they'll accept him more. They're okay with him watching Asian girls fisting each other. Like that's the dream.
Yeah,
and that's why we're wokening people.
And it's no big secret. I mean, I'm sure his parents knew.
Oh yeah, my parents. I will say, I don't think my parents knew I was jerking off at 12. I was pretty good. I was pretty good at hiding it. It's just like they didn't understand internet porn existed until like a few years ago.
Right. Like, have you ever been walked in on?
Sort of. So, well, I wasn't jerking off. I was just like literally like we had a downstairs computer, and I was just like I looked up some naked women. Like I wasn't even jerking
just casually.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to see some boobies because I'm woke.
Yes.
But then I walked into my college roommate like 3 times.
Oh, I walked in on him twice.
My roommate?
No. I was referring to like my freshman year. Yeah,
I know that. I was joking.
Yeah, so I know. I got it.
You got to yes and me a little more.
I walked in on him too.
God, he was jerking off all the fucking time. That's the worst. He definitely jerked off less than me. I was just like I'm like fucking Batman. I'll do it in the corner where no one can see me.
Yeah, I've never been caught. I've almost been caught.
Yeah,
but
by who?
Sophomore year, my roommate. But I think it was like obvious that I was like, all right, gonna, I think it was obvious that I just recovered from something that could have been not great.
Like a little bit of cum was like just sliding down your leg a little bit. It's like, what's that smell? You making Laffy Taffy? Is that what cum smells like?
Like Jesus, I don't know if cum smells like Laffy Taffy.
My body is very unhealthy.
Yeah, well.
All right, so we should keep going into Don't Tell Comedy. We got a nice
because we went on a nice little tangent, but we he actually very recently.
Hey, I'll do this part. Yeah. Don't Tell Comedy did their first festival in Boston called the Boston Takeover.
In that accent.
Yeah, you have to do it in that accent. Mm-hmm. Big Poppy, I'm here for you every day. You need my kidney, I'll give it to you. In Boston called the Boston Takeover from May 30th to June 2nd. So this just happened at 8 different venues. With 6 out of the 8 shows sold out.
Yes, and can I mention some of the venues?
Yes,
I looked
go
them
for
up.
it.
So one of the venues was a financial district building.
Okay.
So they took some like huge office space and set up a bunch of chairs. One of them was in another like co-working office space, like WeWorks. Mm-hmm. And this was like a smaller, like, more like, obviously a lot of young people work here kind of office. And their last show that they did in the festival was on a riverboat cruise ship. So one of those.
Fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah.
God damn, that's all. Now we gotta get a riverboat.
But the thing is, like, the cool thing is, it's not like this is being like blasted all over Boston. This is like post it on their Facebook, and all of a sudden, like, people walk by and there's like this stand-up show happening on a cruise ship. It's like, whoa.
No, yeah, you got
Yeah.
it. Word of mouth goes a long way. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
We have all this technology now, but like now literally just finding out like from somebody telling you is like the best way to get information out there.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Like, it's just reverse advertising.
Yeah.
Fuck a riverboat gambling cruise. That's my dream.
Yeah.
I would love it.
But it was, you can check them out on Facebook, Don't Tell Comedy. And I highly recommend you check them out because they have a lot of photos from all their shows. And
Yeah, like it looks awesome.
Definitely looked a lot of fun.
See, we should like make a note of like guests we should try and get on. Like, if we can get, it's just like
I would love to get Kyle K.A. on this show.
yes. Because then like the thing is, I think we're realizing now what we're trying to find with this show is we want to talk about comedy, we want to talk about the scene, we want to make jokes, but we also want to bring on awesome guests, promote their shows,
Yes.
as many things as we can. Like we want to be like the best source for like at least the Hudson Valley area / tri-state area, and then eventually the planet, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna 2 Mic Minimum is gonna take over this world.
Planet, the fucking solar system, and eventually the universe.
Goddamn right. 2 Mic Minimum, and we're gonna make sure the entire universe is fucking woke.
Yes. This is really cool. End of the article, he says, at the end of the day, what we're proving is that you can do comedy anywhere. You just need chairs, a PA, and a microphone, and you can transform any space within reason into a space for a comedy show, and that's a fun challenge. And I agree wholeheartedly with
Exactly. We're gonna go into a kids cancer ward with all that and just fucking do it, man.
Get all the open micers with the best cancer bits, and
Goddamn right.
get a real cool show going on over there.
What do you have? You have leukemia? I had leukemia my balls. I'm not an improviser, folks. I'm not.
Yeah. We're not improvisers, but we have a podcast where all we're doing is improvising. But
This makes us better at comedy.
yeah, but this is like, I think honestly, like, these shows I like better than club shows. And I'm not saying club shows are bad. I don't think club shows.
You know, I think it's just that a club show. I feel like you have to prove something sometimes.
Yeah.
And then when it's just a house show, it's like everyone's here just to have a good time.
Exactly.
Because sometimes people just fucking aren't.
Yeah.
People are like, yeah, somebody gave me these tickets, so what the fuck can you do? Make me laugh. That happened.
Yeah, as you'll learn in the next episode.
Yes.
There was an incident where someone got free tickets and then did not like the show and did something because of it.
We'll put out both these episodes at the same time, because why not?
All right, sure. We'll do a just for you guys, just for our loyal
You're
fans.
a little loud. I got to turn it down a little bit.
Okay. Just for our loyal fans, we'll do a double episode.
Double up. We get up to 3. That way, that actually ties the Big Berry podcast with episodes real quick.
Oh fuck yeah, we're
Did it
gonna.
way quick, but I have more.
We're
I have
on
more
your
of those.
ass.
I have those backlogged. So
Yeah, but essentially, like, I've done shows at Lucy's. I've done shows in the DIY setting, and I think what I like about DIY compared to a club is that I think at a club there's definitely this barrier between like the audience and whoever's performing, and when you do a DIY show. There just isn't. You're literally just with the audience, like waiting to go on stage.
Yeah, you're chilling out.
You're just chilling out, and then you go up on stage. And I think that's really good for comedy, because all stand-up is just sharing this frame of reference that's unfiltered about our experience,
and then subverting it and making people guffaw from it.
which is guffaw. Which I'd love to hear the guffaws, but like. That's like stand up at its core, I think, just really, really thrives in that sort of setting where it's just like, hey, I'm just like one of you guys who like works here.
Yeah.
I'm at this party. Here's what I have to say.
I mean, I think,
and everyone thinks that's cool.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think like really is a talent. I think it's a lot more hard work than it is talent comedy.
Yeah.
Because comedy is such a wide range. So like, it really, a lot of the difference between most comedians and people is just the comedians are willing to put in the time and work.
Yeah.
To do it.
Yeah. I honestly think a lot about like a comedian's relationship with space, like with the space they're in, the kind of people they're with. I think a comedian's going to have one of his best shows in one of those settings. Granted that like, the audience is with it and having a good time. Like not saying that like, I don't know, filming a special can't also be amazing, but like there is something really special in doing a very small and intimate show. And like, I miss the shows I did in college. I really loved them a lot. Or, you could just be Kevin Hart and do a sell out
just do an entire football stadium.
Yeah, where you're on a big stage with the golden microphone,
where literally you have bodyguards around you 24/7.
Yeah, that's the complete opposite of the DIY shows.
Yes. All right.
So anyway, I
Want to talk about
believe.
anything else? Or you want to move on?
I think. Let me see about my notes.
I feel like we got it most.
Oh
of
yeah.
it.
By the way, other places they've done these shows. They did a show at Willis Tower in Chicago.
Okay.
They did a show in a Philly warehouse. Like this is the extent of where they're doing these shows. I think they're mostly in like apartments, houses, but like they do them like so many places. Willis Tower, Philly warehouse, and inside a carousel in Santa Monica.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't running, I don't think, but
Okay.
they were like, they set up a show like I think they had a giant indoor carousel and they just did a show there, which it's cool. Yeah, you could definitely check out their website, don'ttellcomedy.com. If you're interested, they have all their shows posted on their website. If you're interested, just put in your city, see if they have any shows. And if you want to be a host by the way, we're not being paid to say this. I just want to say it. If you want to be a host for a show, you can just go on their website. They have like an application you can fill out. From what I've heard from their testimonials, like they have crews all over, which I'm assuming is just other comics, friends.
People getting in on it.
Just like all they do is come to your place and probably set up chairs and a PA system, and they put their logo somewhere and they get a lineup of local comedians. By the way, like they actually do have comedians who have been on TV on these shows. Like they definitely have like probably a mix of just like local favorites and like you've seen them on Conan or you've seen them on Comedy Central. So you'll definitely get a cool bunch from this show.
All right. Article 2.
Yeah, that's you.
No, let me do my music.
Oh yeah, do your music.
Article 2. And we're here for the jokes, folks.
Oh yeah. Were you thinking about doing that all throughout the day? Like this is how I'm going to do the intro music.
Yeah, no, I planned this out months in advance.
Cool. Gotcha.
Okay. Article 2.
Oh, are we doing? I thought we were doing your article.
Oh, no. I can't find it. I've been on my phone this whole time looking for this article.
I was cock teased.
Yeah. Well, that'll be episode 4. I'll start from episode 4 on out. I'll start doing some work ahead of time for this show.
Right, like I do, because I care. But anyway.
Oh, that was not very woke of you.
Well, I'm just a little more woke, but no.
Dave did refer to us as the semi-woke guy and then the really woke guy.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm the semi-woke.
I would imagine you are.
Yeah, semi-woke.
Considering the first episode, but no, Sean's a pretty woke guy.
Yeah, very woke.
Despite what you might think of him on a surface level, just get to know him a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm like a Cadbury egg.
Yes. So
that makes any sense.
Obviously,
I'll read this next article.
Okay, it's not an article actually.
Okay.
It's more of just like I don't have any other articles. I have more just like
little
things people have been saying in comedy communities online that I think would be interesting to discuss about because so if you're not within the comedy community, you probably don't know that there's a huge debate, like a huge schism on whether or not it's okay for a comedian to wear shorts on stage.
Shorts.
And it's the summertime. So
it gets hot outside.
It's the summertime, so like this debate is coming to the forefront again, and people are debating like, well, it's hot out, so I should wear shorts on stage, and people are like, no, act professional, don't wear shorts. And yeah, I found this one thing someone said in a comedy group.
Okay.
This is a comedian who I believe he did a tour in Iraq, so. He definitely has.
So he's a hero.
He's a comedy hero.
He's a comedy hero, much like you and I,
being so woke.
Thank us for our service. Not Sam though.
Yes. War's bad, so I would say we're.
Well, war is not that bad.
War is not woke.
War is woke because it's a way of escalating tensions to have a resolution. What's not good is invasions. Those are not good.
Okay. Yeah. Invasions are not
multi-scale.
Invasions are not woke. So I found this thing this comedian said on a comedy group. And he said, since this is actually a thing, here's my 2 pennies about shorts on stage. How you dress on stage is a direct representation of you and your approach to your career. Since it is widely viewed as inappropriate and unprofessional to wear shorts, I can't imagine why the fuck you would even want to.
These shorts are very relaxing.
Yeah. Dress code for comics used to be way more restrictive. Bookers and club owners would have been nice enough to let us slide with t-shirts, tennis shoes, and jeans. They gave us an inch and you dipshits want a mile.
Yikes. This guy.
So have you worn shorts on stage?
I did like a couple times last year because it was fucking hot outside, and I have very sexy calves. I wanted
good for you.
I wanted to display them. They're full of muscle, and I wanted to make sure people knew about how good my legs are. But like
My calves would do the comedy for me.
they would exactly. They could talk for days.
Yeah.
Worth 1,000 words. No, I don't wear. My usual look is some sort of button-up shirts with jeans and shoes on, and that's kind of my look. My real life look is a Hawaiian shirt, cargo shorts, and flip flops, and a beard and disheveled and like pizza stains.
Yeah.
But on stage, I do try to make myself look. You don't have to look like you shouldn't be like a fucking 3-piece suit, but you should look presentable. Like, yeah, I do agree. How you go on stage is how you're presenting yourself to your audience.
Yeah, I've worn shorts twice, I think, on stage. Only twice in my entire life. One was back in high school when I didn't know any better and I just wore them on stage. The other time was when I went to my first stand-up club meeting when I went to Binghamton for the stand-up club. I went to the first meeting and I didn't know people told jokes on like, presented jokes to the club on the first day. So I was wearing shorts and I wanted to go up. So I did some fire jokes in my Jordan basketball shorts.
Oh God. We do know a number of comedians who do go shorts actually. Current enemy of the podcast, Dave Namery, wears a lot of shorts.
I see them.
Yes, he does.
I see his hairy legs.
He also wears a lot of sweatpants.
Yes.
But of course, he's just covering up his real pants while he's wearing the sweatpants. But that is the outerwear.
Like, yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're gonna wear shorts on stage, like, there's some people who are just so adamant to be like, no, you can never, ever, ever wear shorts on stage.
A lot of it's like, really, who gives a shit? Like,
exactly.
if you're funny, you're funny. Because like the debate, it's only for dudes though. This debate, because like if a woman, no one cares. But like dudes, it's like. I think it's because everyone sees the guy in basketball shorts.
Because men look sloppy in shorts.
But is the basketball shorts where it's like the shiny, like lower cut of them that it's just like it's kind of distracting. Honestly, sometimes we get, you know what I mean, like where it's like that little like reflector to it. I'm like, it just throws me off a tiny bit. Like cargo shorts are a good look.
No, they're not.
Cargo shorts, a fanny pack, and dare I say a visor.
Yeah.
He's also, it's also like some people identify as shorts guys.
Look like a dad on a cruise ship.
There's a lot of my fellow fat men who wear shorts when it's negative 10 degrees outside. And who am I to disparage our people?
Right. Your people.
Exactly. No one would ever criticize a Jewish comedian for wearing a yarmulke on stage. Mm-hmm. Please stop attacking my people.
Your people, your chosen people.
Yes, we are. We're a very special group.
Okay. But honestly, like the thing is, if I saw a comedian wearing shorts on stage, I would not judge him for it. Actually, that's not true. If I saw a comedian wearing shorts on stage, if he was funny, I'd be like, whatever.
Yeah.
When I see a comic wearing shorts on stage, like if it's like an open mic or if it's like like a very small show, like it's this comedian's friends, like no one specials on it. If I see a comedian like that get up on stage with shorts, part of me is going to think he's probably not that good.
Yeah, I guess, but I think funny's funny.
No, funny is funny. Like so like essentially, like if a comedian goes on stage,
again, it's like anything. I think it's just the first impression.
Yeah, it's
like
a first impression.
That's all your clothes are. I mean, thinking there's in the city, there's a bunch of naked stand-up places where you go. Butt-ass naked.
The person who ran one of those shows actually came to our school. I forgot her name.
Binghamton.
Yeah, Binghamton.
Some of us went to real schools.
No. What's your college's acceptance rate?
I have no idea. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
College is a joke. Don't go to it. Drop out.
Yeah. Which is that woke though, Sean?
Yeah, it is, because all it is a system to put you in debt and enslaved to capitalism. That's how woke I am, dog.
That's true.
But seriously, if you're like an actor, fucking just go take like the $100,000 you would have spent on school.
Go to a conservatory.
Move to fucking Brooklyn, and then just grind it out. Like find some day jobs, and then just make auditions and just learn acting through doing so.
That's true.
More or less through stand up too.
I agree.
I wish I had the $200,000. I could have, knowing that this is what I want to do now.
Yeah.
I could have just gone to the city and just been able to maybe have a nicer apartment than I normally would have for a little while. That's way more worth it.
Yeah,
in my opinion. But you find yourself in college.
Yeah, no, I think college is good for me, and honestly, going to a state.
I'm not saying I didn't have a good time.
going to a state school was good for me because it took me. Going to a state school got me more woke because it took me out of my Westchester bubble.
Yeah.
Before I was just a Westchester boy. Then I went to a state school with people less privileged than me.
Yeah.
And then I became a Westchester woke boy.
But then I went to a liberal arts private school where I got the most woke you can get. Because my school, the rate was 60 to 40% women, and of that 6% women, almost 15% of them identified as gay or other.
Wow.
So pretty woke on me.
We're having a woke pissing contest right now.
We're gonna determine
woke dick measuring contest.
We are the Westchester woke boys. Okay, we should get back into
anyway
staying woke on shorts.
What else? Oh, I wanted to comment on Bookers would have been nice enough to let us slide with t-shirts, tennis shoes, and jeans. But like t-shirts and jeans is fine. Like that's so many comments where
everyone fucking like
that's
the
not
most. I'd argue the most iconic look is Louis' black shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
Like maybe Seinfeld's like rolled up jacket.
Yeah, he's just trying to like show off how like old.
I mean, you really do see the differences like in specials though. Like which like top comics get it because like some go full suit, like Mulaney full suit.
Oh yeah,
Louis' original ones were t-shirt and jeans.
Well, I mean,
but then again, his file switch before.
Honestly, like the if you wanted to end this discussion right here, you could just say like the look you present is the look that's conducive to your stage presence and personality.
Yes.
Like that's really all it is. I thought with this comment he was just trying to show off like how old in the game he was. Just back in my day.
Yeah, because then he drops the picture and later when he's responding, people are like, "This is me in Iraq."
Yeah,
this is me, and I'm wearing pants in 120-degree weathers, and it's like, yeah, but everyone in the audience is wearing shorts, asshole. Like literally everyone in the rest of the picture is wearing shorts.
All these soldiers are wearing shorts. Yeah, I guess we can just cut to it. He essentially finishes off saying blah blah blah. If I'm doing a paid show and you show up wearing shorts, you will not be going on stage.
He says, I want you to think I'm a professional by wearing. He's wearing cargo pants.
Like, yeah, he's wearing ugly
pants.
If
he was wearing a suit, I'd say you look professional, but you're literally just doing the same thing as everybody else is doing, but dumber.
Yeah. So, but just not to like jump ahead too far. No, it's fine. Yeah, I guess if you're doing a show and you want comics to dress a certain way, that's fine. Whatever. I don't think I'd like if I was booking a show and I knew there was a comic who like his whole act was being a schlob. Yeah, I'd be whatever. So I think in the comments he posts this photo from him doing a tour in Iraq, and he's wearing t-shirts and really, really baggy pants.
Yeah, no, they're cargo pants.
Yeah, they are cargo pants, and he says, this is me in Iraq in 2009, 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and he had to stop multiple times because there was so much sweat in his eyes that he couldn't see. But he goes,
but I wore motherfucking pants
because I walk it like I talk it.
I actually, I appreciate at least he commits to it.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's his prerogative. Like, whatever. I don't think as much as like I don't look good in shorts. That's why I don't wear them as often. Yeah. Like I have 2 pairs of shorts that I think look okay on me, but just in general.
You know what we should do?
Yeah.
We should host a show at a pool, and we have to go up in bathing suits. Right? That would throw everyone off.
Yeah. Do a bathing.
I'll go in a one-piece bikini.
It's funny because I'll actually get into another thing where someone says, what else should you not wear on stage? And one of them is bathing suits, which I think is a funny escalation. I think I
actually went to Olive's last summer in a bathing suit once. In my head, I think I might not. I don't know, but I did.
Yeah, but I don't think like as much as like I don't want to wear shorts. I don't think I'd risk heat stroke for performing for the troops.
Hey, I would never perform for the troops.
Yeah.
Period.
Right.
Because they're not woke.
They're not woke.
The generals who send them to fight are woke, but fighting yourself is not woke.
Yeah. If you're in the army and you want to get woke, come on our podcast. We'll get you.
Feel
woke.
free to come on the pod. We do know a bunch of. I know a fair amount of stand-ups that were served, so we do thank them for their service, and I give them temporary status as woke.
Yes. We grant you temporary status.
Temporary status as woke.
So I think someone said what I said, like, you almost caught a heat stroke even though nobody asked you to do that, and you want us to think you a crash dummy, and then he responds saying, I want you to think I'm a professional.
All right. Like
I don't know. I just think like with that kind of show, I mean, he's performing outside, like outside a tent.
Yeah, when dude, like you're not gonna kill. No offense. The only way you kill is if somebody literally dies of heat stroke.
Right. Which is it's more likely someone will get killed than you killing.
100%.
in every tour, any comedy tour you do. But anyway, like if it's moral of the story, if it's really hot, you don't have to wear pants.
You really do.
Or jeans, which would be very uncomfortable in that weather.
Okay. I think we can wrap up on that actually.
Yeah.
Right? Sounds good. Okay. Want to do some plugs and stuff?
Yeah. What time are we at, actually?
We're just under an hour. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I think we should wrap up.
Yeah.
Should I do any plugs? I mean, I don't think I have anything else. But I mean, by the way, since this is the second episode, and I forgot, we now have our own email to mikeminimum@gmail.com. No capitalization or anything. So if you have any stories, if you're from a local scene,
if you have questions for us, do you want ideas to riff off? If you have seen any articles, send it to us.
Yes.
Feel free to send it to our DMs too on Instagram and Twitter.
Yes.
Also at 2 Mike Minimum.
Yes. You could 2 Mike Minimum on Instagram, Twitter. Also, if you have any other stories of your own, just send them our way. We'd love to read them if they're entertaining. We really would.
Yeah. I also have a few other plugs. There's a street art magazine opening next week. It's called Up Magazine, and that is I put up with my phone so I can't find it. It's the Storefront Project in the Lower East Side on 70 Orchard Street. That is hosted by TK Mills, aka my brother. It'll be a fun time. You'll get to see some cool art. Not a little different adjacent from comedy, but you'll definitely see some cool stuff, meet some cool people, network. So feel free to go out to that. You can also listen to my second podcast, the Big Barry Podcast, available on Spotify and iTunes at this time. And that's the show where I talk to other interesting comedians and guests without Peter. Mm-hmm. But one time with Peter. So
yes, without half the wokeness. So
yeah, it allows me to, it's where my other alter egos were not woke, but this version of me is completely woke.
Right.
And so I want you to enjoy that.
So if you love Sean Barry but you hate his wokeness, go check out the Big Barry Podcast,
where it's just me without my wokeness.
Yes, which he leaves his wokeness with me, and I save it for when we meet up again.
Exactly. I keep it at his house. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at BigBarry63.
Mm-hmm. You can follow me on Instagram at Westchester Woke Boy.
Dude, you gotta change it to that. It's way better.
It's gonna be that now. You can follow me at Westchester Woke Boy. You can also type in my full name. You'd find me on Instagram and Twitter, Peter Clark -Deutsch.
Other than that, I think that's it, everybody.
Yeah,
we love you and get more woke.
Get more woken up.